What's up? What's up, y'all? Sorry for leaving y'all waiting. Sorry about that. Woo! The shit I just read. It's all bad. All bad. It's all bad. Uh, all bad. So, the 13-year-old and the 15-year-old is actually his grandnieces. Um, one of the women he killed is actually his niece, and those were her daughters. They stopped living with him. We don't know why, but apparently there was some shit going on between them and the children. I'm not going to put that on that man. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't have proof that it happened, so I'm not going to say what I think happened. But they stopped living with him and his wife because of him, her and her two daughters, because the niece was staying with him and his wife. They I don't know what happened. I don't I have my speculation as to what happened. I have my speculation as to what he did. But he literally walked up to the car and shot the 13-year-old in her head. There was witnesses that saw it. He walked up to the car and shot her in the head. They had, like I said, they had stopped staying there because of him. They had moved out because of him. And I'm gonna read what I. Ooh, this shit heavy, y'all. So trigger warning: this shit is heavy. Um, I just want to give y'all a heads up. This is gonna be some heavy shit. So, but he basically he I have my guess as to what he was doing and why they moved out. Like I said, I don't want to put that on him because it hasn't been confirmed, but I have my suspicions as to what he did or what he was doing to those little girls for the mama to move out. I have my suspicions. That's not on paper. It's not confirmed, so please don't run with that. It's just what I think happened. Y'all can put two and two together of how I'm saying it. Yes, William. Yes, that's what I think happened. But like I said, that has not been confirmed. I think something like that happened. And like I said, I don't want to sit there and put that on that man without facts, proof. So I don't know for sure, but there's a reason why they moved out. Period. According to a neighbor, the woman killed on Field Lark Drive was Christian's niece, and the teen girls are her daughters, which means that's his grandnieces. Neighbors say the victims recently avoided staying at the Southwest Memphis home. They weren't even living there because of him, said a neighbor. The 13-year-old girl killed in the shooting was reportedly shot in the head in a car. The woman says she ran over, calling for help as she tried to comfort her longtime neighbor. She said, "Don't leave, stay here." And I heard my grandbaby holler out for her friend. Now, mind you, her grandbaby is best friends with the 13-year-old. So the 13-year-old literally saw. So not only have you fucking traumatized your own fucking family, you have traumatized the families in these neighborhoods, like that little girl that was best friends with the 13-year-old that you fucking killed. Let me calm down. The one that lost her life, she was 13. That was my granddaughter's best friend. She was the one in the vehicle. The older sister, who I found out is 15, she was the one able to run. So that's why the 15-year-old was not killed, because she ran. She was able to run away from him. Neighbors say the 15-year-old was shot in the leg running for her life. And screaming, "He's trying to kill me. He's trying to kill me." She was able to get away from the shooter and was transported to an area hospital in critical condition. Like I said, she's probably at the med, but that's. Police have not confirmed the identity of the woman killed on Howard Drive, but according to documents, MPD responded to that same location in 2018 for a domestic violence call involving Christian's ex-wife. Mavis Christian Sr., the shooter's father, says his son was essentially estranged from the family since being released from jail several years ago. This shit is all bad. And like I said, I don't want to sit here and say it, and I don't want to put that jacket on that man without confirmation, but it sounds like y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to put that jacket on that man, but why did the niece and her two daughters stop staying with him all of a sudden? She been knew her uncle was crazy. She knew her uncle was in jail. So what was the tipping point? I haven't been in there yet. Hang on. Let's see if we can find out. Oh, he's trending. Oh, he's trending now. I'm pretty sure somebody has it out there. Yep, we're trending now. AP, USA Today. Shit, even the Daily Beast. Shit. New York Daily. Yeah, we're national now. Of course, I kind of figured it was going to go national, especially when everybody woke up to texts and phone calls last night saying we were on lockdown. No, we don't. And that's fucked up. That is so fucked up. We don't. We do not trend for anything good. But we are trending on national news, of course, like I kind of figured that was going to happen. His criminal record stretched back to 1996, starting with aggravated assault. He also faced felony charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault, theft, vandalism in 2018. So he's been had a fucking attitude problem. He's been had a problem with anybody calling him out on his shit. And he loves putting his hands on women. Apparently. Like, the shit is sad. It's sad. Domestic assault. He had felony charges of domestic assault, aggravated assault, theft, and vandalism. And I'm not victim shaming, but I wonder what situation put the niece in a situation to have to stay with her crazy ass uncle, you know? Like, and it may have been when our housing market here doubled because he's dead. He offed himself. They found him at 3:31 this morning. That's why we were on lockdown. They had us on lockdown from like 11 last night to like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this morning until they found his body. Yeah, that's why I kept calling him a fucking coward in the previous live. He's a fucking coward. You had all this smoke for the women in your family, but I guarantee you wouldn't do that to a ninja. I guarantee that. I guarantee he wouldn't have did that shit to no weak bitches like that. Do not face men. They don't. They don't. He obviously loved beating on women, domestic violence, aggravated assault, and those were all felony charges. And then add insult to injury, theft and vandalism, and all type of shit. So, but I wonder, and I just want to know what made that girl stay with her crazy ass uncle. You know your uncle crazy. But the neighbors did say that she had moved out because of him and the way I guess he was acting. They didn't go into details exactly what he was doing. But that the niece and her two daughters, which was the 13-year-old and the 15-year-old, they moved out because of him. And I'm assuming that they went over there for something. I don't know. I don't know what made them go back to the house. I don't know. But he walked up to the car, shot the 13-year-old in the head, shot the 15-year-old in the leg, and killed their mama. And like I said, not only did you fucking sit here and traumatize your own family, but you also traumatized others' families that live on those blocks that you fucking shot up because you have an issue with your niece and all of that shit. That 13-year-old girl was standing outside when you killed her other 13-year-old best friend. She saw it. She witnessed it because she hollered out, "My best friend." Like I said, I don't want to put that jacket on that man because it hasn't been confirmed, verified, but why else would you have that much smoke for a 13 and 15-year-old? For you to walk up to the car and you know what you did. You unalived her in the middle of the street. What did that girl do to you that was so bad? Did she say something? Did she tell her mama something that you was doing? Once again, I don't want to put that jacket on him, but why would you have that much hatred towards that girl? For you to sit here and say, you gotta die too. He had to be. He had to be. So yes, the girl that he killed was his niece. And the two babies were her kids, the 13 and the 15-year-old, which was his grandnieces. And yeah, he shot each one of them. But he walked up to the 13-year-old that was sitting in the car and shot her in the head. They had already left the house. They wasn't staying there. The neighbor had already said they was not staying there. They had moved out solely because of him. So what did that girl do to you that was so bad that you did it like that? Yes, he made sure she wasn't gonna make it. If it wasn't for the 15-year-old, she literally had to run for her life. The neighbor said she was running while he shot her in the leg. As far as I'm reading, she is still fighting at the med. She is still in critical condition, but she's still fighting, y'all. So keep your prayers going for her. But yeah, this shit here. According to the neighbor, the woman killed on Field Art Drive was Christian's niece, and the teen girls are her daughter. So the 13 and 15-year-old are her daughter. Neighbors say the victim recently avoided staying at the Southwest Memphis home. Why? Why? It's a possibility. He could have been trying to beat the shit out of him, something. They weren't even living there because of him, said a neighbor. The 13-year-old girl killed in the shooting was reportedly shot in the head in a car. The woman said she ran over, calling for help as she tried to comfort her longtime neighbor. Don't leave, stay here, she said. And then I heard my grandbaby holler out for her friend, and I raised up, and she was in the vehicle holding her. So the 13-year-old was in the car holding the other 13-year-old while she was laid to die. That was my granddaughter's best friend. She was the one in the vehicle. The older sister, who I found out is 15, she was the one that was able to run. Neighbors say the 15-year-old girl was allegedly shot in the leg, running for her life, screaming, "He's trying to kill me." She was able to get away from the shooter and was transported to an area hospital in critical condition. And we discovered that this piece of shit has a criminal record stretched back to 1996, including assault charge, aggravated assault, um, felony domestic violence, theft, vandalism, and he had just gotten out of prison not too long ago. What the fuck did those little girls do to you? Like what? What the fuck did those girls do to you? For you to walk up to the car and just say, bow. And you made sure she would never talk again. But then your weak punk ass tried to take out her sister. Of course, her sister outran your fat, slow ass. Even while shot, because you did shoot her. She still outran your fat, slow ass, bitch ass. So a 15-year-old literally sat here and watched her sister get shot in the head, her mama get killed, and two other family members. Mm-mm. That 15-year-old probably gonna be scarred for the rest of her damn life. You a fucking weak ass bitch. I'll say it. But he knew, and this is the thing, he knew if he would have went to 201, if he would have made it to 201, He was gonna be somebody's bitch in there. He was gonna be somebody's bitch. You can best believe that. That's why he did what the fuck he did. Because once they throw your ass on that fourth floor, because that's where they would have put him, the fourth floor. And if you don't know about the fourth floor, look at Project Pat. He rapped about it. That's where they put the motherfuckers that ain't got nothing to lose. The fourth floor is not where you want to be, period. And that's where MPD probably was through his ass just to be petty. But now, not only did you fuck up this family, your family, but you have traumatized everybody on the goddamn block. And that little girl that watched you kill her best friend in front of her. I want to know what the fuck he was doing to them to make them move out of that house. And like, what the fuck? When I said earlier, family ain't shit. Some family ain't shit, y'all. Real shit. I don't know what type of situation she was in for her to have to stay with her crazy ass uncle. I don't know. You know, I'm not blaming her. She did what she had to do for her and her kids, but god damn. I guarantee in a million years she did not think that her and her two children would end up unalive or one fighting for their life. The 15-year-old. Or they haven't released on who's the other people that got shot. Yeah, they haven't. They just said it was family, but they haven't confirmed what type of family members. But they confirmed the ones that was killed over there on Lark Drive. They confirmed those was his niece and his two grandnieces. No, I don't want to put that on him if I don't know if it happened for sure. I don't. But that's the only logical thing I could think of. Like he was scared of going back to jail, and because he knew if he would have went to jail, especially for that here, you would have been somebody's bitch. Straight up. You would have been somebody's bitch. If that's what happened and that's what he was like, fuck it, ain't nobody finna talk then. But like I said, it hasn't been confirmed, so I don't want to put that. I don't know. I know the best friend hopped in the car and was holding the 13-year-old. And then he killed his wife. So we already know. So we're missing the one. So we know it was his niece. Or no, yeah. Niece, his other two nieces, his wife. There go all the people right there. His niece, his two grandnieces, his wife, five, and the fifth. No, that's including 4 killed, 5 shots. So where's the other one? They haven't released the identity on the woman killed on Howard Drive. That's the one we're missing. Howard Drive is the one we're missing. We know about the ones near the other side of the Haven. So the one on Howard Drive is the one we're missing. That's the one we don't have identity of. Because we know his wife was one of the victims. We know the two nieces or grandnieces, but the 15-year-old made it. So that's 3 of the 4 shot. And then the woman killed on Howard Drive, so that's 4. And then he took himself out. Yes, they're right up the street from each other. Both of them in the Haven. Just one on one side and the others on the other side. What the fuck made him kill his wife, though? If his issue was with his niece, I wonder did she get in the middle defending them? You know what I'm saying? Maybe she was like, nah, you need to chill out, Mavis, with your bullshit. You wrong. And he said, fuck it. Because in one article, they said one of the victims was his wife. Shit, wow. This shit here. So we've identified 4 of the 5. Yeah, because we identified the wife, we identified his niece, and we got the 2 grandnieces. Of course, they're minors. They're not going to release their names. And of course, even if they did, I wouldn't fucking release their names. If that's a channel you want, you're at the wrong place. Because, no, I'm not for that. Not for victimizing kids all over again and traumatizing them. So just know they're 13 and 15, and they were his grandnieces. Yeah. What was at that second location? Was his wife at the second location? Because the wife wasn't killed at Field Lark. Yes, that's why Memphis was on lockdown. It's actually 3 locations. Because it started at 5:30 that last night. He went to one location. The original, he went to one. Let's go. Multiple sources have confirmed with Fox 13 that a 13-year-old and the wife of the alleged gunman were the 2 victims killed in the mass shooting of the 4 dead, 1 critical. The man multiple law enforcement agencies were searching for is unalive. He took the coward's way out. Like, we were on lockdown. He Mavis Christian Jr., 52, was accused of shooting 5, killing 3 women, 1 girl, and injuring another. So 4 girls, or 3 women and 1 child. The child we know was a 13-year-old. We know one of them his wife, and we know one of them is his grown niece. So we're missing 1 female. Because the 15-year-old, she's still alive. She is at the Med. But multiple sources have confirmed with Fox 13, 13-year-old girl and the wife of the suspect are among 5 of the family members. I wonder, are they including him in the said 5, though? You know what I'm saying, Nunya? What if they're including himself off in himself in that number? That, like, but no, because they kept saying women. So we got Field Lark Drive, and they located 3 people, which was the 2 girls and their mama. The girl, one of the 13-year-old girl and their mama was pronounced unalive. According to police, at the 5,000 block of Warrington Road, at 6:30, they found another woman that had gunshot wound, and she was unalive too. And then just before 9:30, officers at the 100 block of Howard Drive for another shooting where they found another one. So it's okay. So they're saying 5 total plus him. That would be 6. Because they're right down the street from each other. Now you both those two locations, Howard and Field Lark, that they're over there in the Haven. Yeah, we don't know who those are. So we only know who the niece is, the wife, and the 2 girls. One of the girls survived, so we can only account the niece, the wife, and the little girl. So we only know 3, so we're missing 2. So who was those 2 to him? So you got Field Lark, Warrington, and then Howard. That's 3 different locations. So we had 3 scenes plus his scene where he unalived himself, which was in Frazier. That's 4 scenes total. But they didn't connect the dots that all the shootings were connected until 9:30. Because if y'all go back to my page, y'all will see where I sent a screenshot. Basically, it was that number, 901 number. That was them calling us to tell us we were on lockdown. They didn't connect the dots until like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So we didn't get the notifications until 11 o'clock. And then folks started getting texts around 12 and 1. We didn't know he was unalived until we woke up this morning. They said that he unalived himself, and they had found him 3:30 this morning because they found him out there in Frazier unalived in his vehicle. He had offed himself. He really did some coward ass shit. Cause like I said, he know he wouldn't have made it at 201, cause they would have threw his ass on the 4th floor. They would have did a Jesse Dotson on his ass. Real shit. I'm telling you what I know. They would have threw his ass on the 4th floor. So he looked at it as he didn't have a way out. And so he did that fuck coward shit. But yeah. So we're missing the identity of the other 2. So I'm wondering when that information will come out. And who are they to him? And how were they involved in all of this shit? Like I said, what made him flip on his wife? Was it because she defended the niece and the 2 girls and he got mad and then turned around and said, fuck it. Everybody that ever had something to say about me, I'm just finna go. Like, what the fuck, bro? Because you left one scene, went to another scene, did some more fuck shit, then left that scene, went to another scene, did some more fuck shit, then drove to your lonesome scene over there by yourself, and God knows what the fuck you did over there, and then you offed yourself like a bitch. Because that was bitch shit. I'll say it. Like the shit. This shit wild. I pray that girl makes it. I don't. Oh, we. And then she's gonna be traumatized for the rest of her fucking life because look what happened. Her own uncle nearly chased her and tried to unalive her. Her own uncle chased her and was shooting rounds at her. Thank God she was faster than his fat ass. Yeah, I got you, Nanya. Um, let's see. Field Lark to what was the first one? Field Lark to Warrington. Field Lark to Warrington. Yeah, it's on the other side of the Haven. The Haven is pretty big, y'all. It goes from one side of the airport to the other. It's not until you get to like Shelby Drive and Lamar that it turns back to East Memphis. The Haven is a very big area. Yes. Then you had that was in 12 miles. Then let's do a field lark to Howard or Warrington to Howard. Excuse me. Warrington to Howard, 7 miles. So 10 minutes, give or take, depending on which way you go. But Howard, that's what I was saying. Um Howard is not the Haven. Howard is it's not Germantown, but it's close to Germantown. Like Howard is it's on the edge of East Memphis. Cause you got East Memphis and then you'll go into Germantown. Um but it's not in Germantown, but it's over there like towards Winchester. So basically what he did was he took I already know the route he took, I guarantee it, because he probably took yeah, because the easier way to get there would have been Winchester. But you got all those lights on Winchester. He could have hopped on the E-way and came out over there by 385. I don't think he took the hell no, especially not over there. Sorry, y'all. I'm thinking about this in my head. If they connected the dots by that time, he didn't take the streetway. Because I'm telling y'all for a fact, on that side of Winchester, it's police galore. Because I hate to say it, but it's the truth. That's when you start getting back into those nice, rich ass white neighborhoods. Police is all up and through there on that side of Winchester. And then you got all those shopping centers over there. He did not, I guarantee he didn't touch the streetway there. He probably took the E-way and hopped around 385 or 40. He didn't take the streetway. A dummy would have did that. Unless he took back roads. Now that's a possibility. He could have took back roads, but I don't see him taking the streetway, especially not on Winchester. Because, like I said, Winchester is covered with police, y'all. Especially right now with the holidays. Mm-mm. And see, that's what I'm wondering too, Nanya. I was wondering if the Field Lark location is that his and his wife house. That's what I was wondering. But then I was like, okay, so where was the wife at? Which location was she at? Warrington or Howard? But I don't see that. Man, I could be wrong, but I don't. And unless traffic cams show otherwise, and yes, we got traffic cams all fucking down Winchester and Shelby Drive. I don't see it. I don't see it. All right, Bo. Thank you. Have a good night, Bo, and be careful. But I don't, because like I said, you start getting over there in them fucking rich areas, like Buckingham and all of that shit. Mm-mm. They not going for that shit over there. No. Mm-mm. I don't see it. I don't see him taking the streets to get to Howard. I don't. From Warrington to Howard, I don't see it. He could have, but because you got to cross over Winchester, and if you cross over Winchester, there's nothing but cameras down Winchester and Shelby Drive and Lamar. So but the fucked up part was they had to make a model of his car. They knew who they was looking for. They had him on my. I told y'all earlier. They had him on the motherfucking ring camera, and then he went to Alta Vista and off himself, which is in Fraser. I know that's in Fraser for a fact. Um, I wonder did he have ties to Fraser? That's why he did it, or because Fraser. Hell, he could have did it in South Memphis and not been found. You know how many goddamn fields we got in South Memphis? And that's how they did. God rest his soul, Mario, my homegirl brother, the one I had put out an APB on. He was sitting in the field for 3 days over there in South Memphis before anybody found him. So what we do know, he offed his wife, he offed his niece, he offed a grandniece, tried to off another grandniece, but she outran his fat, ugly ass. Thank God. She's in the hospital, still in critical condition from what I've read. And then we still got the other women that have not been identified. It's sad. It's too. Why include the kids in your shit? That's my biggest thing. What the fuck did they do to you that was so goddamn bad to the point where you said, oh no, everybody gotta die? What? What? Like, what the fuck did a 13-year-old for you to walk up to her car and just bop in the head? No, bro. There was some deep seated hatred type shit. And to do it, man, and exactly. I'm praying for everybody involved, including the 13-year-old that watched her own best friend get killed. I mean, of course, it's not my first time hearing something. I've told y'all about my cousin. He got killed in front of his best friend, and I can only imagine how that little boy is doing now. But what did the kids do to you? What did they do that deserves that to the point where you chased them down? Because you chased the 15-year-old down and tried to kill her. The only thing was she was too goddamn fast for you. And she's literally hollering, he's trying to kill me, he's trying to kill me. And we do know he's had a criminal record all the way back to 96. No, and that's why I said I don't want to put that on that man because I don't know that for sure, but I do think something happened to them kids. Because that, how he did that, and see, I wonder was the mother still alive when he did that? Did the mother see her 13-year-old get shot? We know the 15-year-old saw it. And we know neighbors witnessed some of it. But I wonder was the mother alive when he went to the car? Then he turned around, bam, the mama, and then bam, I'm finna get you too, type shit. But he couldn't catch her, so now he's got to go tie up loose ends to the one she done already talked to. Because what did the other two have to do with any of this if they were at different locations? I did I hope she can talk, but they did say she was shot in the leg, so I hope she is able to give a statement, and I do hope she gets the best damn help that Memphis has to offer, because the trauma she just witnessed last night and this morning, she'll never be the same again. And I hate to say that, but we know it's the truth. You watched your 13-year-old sister get killed, you watched your mama get killed. And then you're hearing, I'm wondering, has family even told her about the other family members? This shit here, boy. This shit wild. This man traveled to 3 different locations, shot women at each location that he was related to or married to, and then turns around and does a weak coward shit in the opposite. And here's the thing, my ninja, you been in and out of motherfucking jail. What you scared of jail for? You obviously love committing crimes. You been doing it since 1996. You've been out here aggravated assault, aggravated domestic violence, fucking theft. What was the other one? Vandalism. Like this shit's been going on since 1996, bro. You've been out here doing this fuck shit. What the fuck you scared of jail now? Fuck, you ain't been scared of jail. You've been in and out that motherfucker because they had just said he got out back in 20, was it 15, 16, somewhere around there after serving some time. He had just gotten back out in the 20 teens somewhere. That's what I have read. This shit, he's been doing this shit. So why all of a sudden now you scared? I appreciate it, Nanya. Thank you for stopping by. And be safe. Nah, I don't want no Takis. I don't know. Bring me some Funyuns or some salt and vinegar chips. I don't want no Takis. Mm-mm. I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm not. I know I look like it, but I'm not. I swear to God, every time I can't go nowhere without them start speaking Puerto Rican. I'll be like, bruh, I don't speak this shit. No offense, but they always, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm like, no, I'm fucking not, but okay. But he's been doing this shit, so why all of a sudden now you scared of jail? Like, that's the part I'm not understanding. What the fuck did the nieces do that was so bad? What did your wife do? What, did she go against you because she was siding with the nieces? Like, what the fuck happened with that, you know? This shit wild. I thought Ezekiel took the cake, but this one here. No, Ezekiel's was still pretty bad. I mean, didn't nobody in Memphis knew what the fuck was going on. We was all terrified with that. At least this one, someone knew what was going on. Hell, we knew if we wasn't family, we wasn't targets. I hate to say that, but that's how the news made it seem like they're all family. So it was like, oh shit, well. But this year here, I hope that 15-year-old, she gets some type of, I hope she gets the help she needs. And I hope she becomes a strong ass woman behind this shit, because that's easily how you turn into a statistic out here. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Losing parents like that, I do, like, I couldn't even imagine. I probably would be out here getting high on something more, you know. I couldn't. Exactly, Pika. I don't know. But something was going on with them nieces and that uncle. For them to move out, and that even the neighbor said that's why they moved out, because of him. It doesn't make sense. I mean, and I don't want to put that jacket on that man. It has, like I keep saying, it hasn't been confirmed, but something ain't right. Something ain't right with this. Because just looking at this map, this man literally did a big old circle. Like, literally, he went from one side of the haven to the next side of the haven. Then he went over there towards, like, it's not even Germantown. It's like East Memphis. But on the edge of Germantown. Went there. Then he off himself in Fraser. And I don't see him taking no main roads over there because I don't give a fuck. Whatever major street you take over there, there's cameras all up and down them bitches. You got sky cams damn near every other light over there. No bullshit. But I had to come share that with y'all because once I found out they were like his nieces and shit, and that they had moved out because of him previously, I was like, y'all asked for the update, so I wanted to share that with y'all. Hopefully, the 15-year-old can give us more guidance, or the neighbors, whoever, hopefully they can give us more guidance and information as to what happened because the MPD ain't telling us shit right now. Of course, they have a habit of doing that. They don't tell us until the investigation is over, which, I mean, the threat is no longer a threat because, like I said, the ninja's unalive, so. But when I read that that was his niece and his two grandnieces, that's what threw me. I was like, shit, I gotta go live on this shit because this here, I'm thinking cousins, something like that. I'm not thinking nieces and they stayed with him and his wife and they had to move out because of him. And I wasn't. And that's why I said, like, looking and thinking at it now, I'm not sure. And like I said, I don't want to put that jacket on that man. I'm not going to put that jacket on that man. But some was a catalyst for them to make them move out and say, nah, our safety is more important. But I'm curious too, what made them go back to that house? If they had left, did they have to pick up something that they had left when they moved out? Like, did they know he was there by himself? Like, I have so many questions. And I promise I'm not trying to victim shame them or nothing, because nobody deserves that. No, they didn't deserve to die on the street like some fucking dogs. They did not deserve that. They didn't. And like I said, that 13-year-old and that 15-year-old, damn sure didn't deserve what he did to them. None of them did. But how he did that shit, you walk up to the car and shoot her in the head. That's intent behind that. That's a lot of anger behind that. And I don't give a fuck what he say. There's no justification for that anger. It's not. You you literally walked up to the car and shot this girl in her head, bro. And it's like I asked earlier, was the mom alive when he did it? Did she see that happen? And then he turned around and said, "Pow," and then went after the 15-year-old. Like, exactly. He made sure she would never talk again. And there's nothing to say behind it. Like, there's not I don't care what the fuck that man said or who. There's no justification what you did to your family, bruh. And not only your family, but the people that you have traumatized on each street that you have fucking shot up. You weak ass bitch. Because at the end of the day, that's what you was, a weak bitch. Straight up. I, I, mm-mm. Of course, then again, I don't understand half the madness that goes on in this world, and I guess it's not meant for me to understand, but that was weak shit, bro. If you got an issue, take that shit out with yourself. I would rather you off yourself than off, doing the shit you just did to your family. But a lot of y'all motherfuckers ain't got that hard. Y'all gotta sit here and take everybody down with y'all. No, you had that fucked up life. You made those fucked up decisions. So make that fucked up decision and take yourself out, not me and 50 other people. Learn how to cope and deal with your shit. Learn how to solve your anger issues without having to put your goddamn hands on somebody. A lot of you motherfuckers need to learn how to do that. But this shit here is there's no words for it because you're fucking family. And I know there's parents out there, like we've been seeing it all over the news lately, parents that have been unaliving their own fucking kids. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? I don't even have kids. I got fur babies. But I would never. And I came from some. I've seen the gang's life. I've seen some fucked up shit in these streets, and I'll never talk about it. But I've seen some fucked up shit out here. And even I feel like that's a fucking cop out and that's an excuse. I was raised in South Memphis, one of the fucking roughest hoods in Memphis. I'm not out here terrorizing the community. I'm not out here killing my own goddamn family because we from two different sets. I'm not out here. I'm not. I pray that 15-year-old makes it, and I pray she's able to tell her story, and I pray she doesn't let this story victimize her. I pray she becomes a strong ass woman and able to advocate for others like her. Because this shit here, there was no rhyme or reason for what you did, sir. You did it because you were mad. You were butthurt about something, major butthurt about something. What the fuck it was, I don't know, but you were butthurt. Especially towards them teen girls. For you to have that much rage, for you to walk up to a car and shoot her in her head point blank range, that's rage. And I'm sorry, ain't no rehabilitation for your punk ass either. Anyway, y'all keep that family in y'all's prayers. I'll keep dropping updates as long as I keep hearing about it. But I had to come tell y'all that because when I read that they were nieces and that was their uncle, I'm like, huh? And that they had been staying with him and they had moved out because of him. I was really like, huh? Come again? And that's when my mind started wandering. Then me and Pika started talking about it. And we was like, yeah, something ain't right. But y'all keep that family in your prayers. I'm out. I will see y'all later. I will keep y'all updated on any news I may get. If it's any updates as far as the victims, we find out who the other victims are, I will let y'all know. But y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe, all right?